Hey everyone, welcome back to VeloView, your ultimate destination for classic car stories, timeless machines, and deep dives into the golden era of automotive excellence. Today, we're turning the clock back to 1970, a year when Cadillac was sitting comfortably at the top of the luxury ladder. It was a time when American cars weren't just about getting from one place to another, they were statements of pride, wealth, and power. The 1970 Cadillac Eldorado and the 1970 Coupe DeVille perfectly captured that essence of luxury and performance that defined the Cadillac brand. These two models, though different in character, shared the same DNA of class, craftsmanship, and commanding presence. The 1970 Cadillac Eldorado was a masterpiece in motion, combining brute power with elegance. Beneath its long, sculpted hood rested an 8.2-liter V8 engine, which displaced an incredible 500 cubic inches. This engine was the largest mass-produced V8 ever fitted to a passenger car at that time, producing a solid 400 horsepower and an astonishing 550 pound-feet of torque. That kind of power made the Eldorado one of the most potent luxury coupes of its era. What made it even more special was its front-wheel drive system, a bold engineering choice that gave it remarkable traction and handling for a car of its size. Cadillac had borrowed this setup from Oldsmobile's Toronado, but refined it to deliver a smoother and more luxurious experience. When you pressed the accelerator, the Eldorado surged forward effortlessly, gliding rather than roaring, which perfectly suited its personality of quiet dominance. Its styling was equally captivating. The design language of the Eldorado in 1970 was sharp, bold, and unmistakably American. It had clean lines, a long hood, and a short rear deck, giving it a balanced yet powerful stance. The hidden headlights, concealed behind the imposing grille, added a touch of mystery and sophistication. Chrome accents outlined its fenders, windows, and bumpers, catching the sunlight like jewelry on a well-tailored suit. From every angle, the Eldorado looked like it was built to impress, not through flashiness, but through sheer confidence. It was the car that said you'd made it, but didn't need to shout about it. Step inside, and you entered a world of luxury that only Cadillac could deliver at the time. The interior was an oasis of comfort, trimmed in high-grade leather, deep pile carpeting, and polished wood veneer. The dashboard flowed smoothly, with controls designed for both convenience and elegance. Cadillac's attention to detail was unmatched. The air conditioning was whisper quiet, the seats felt like armchairs, and every knob and switch had a solid, reassuring feel. The Eldorado wasn't just about getting to your destination, it was about enjoying every second of the journey. Driving one felt like floating on air, thanks to Cadillac's precision-tuned suspension that absorbed every bump and imperfection in the road. The steering was light and responsive, if slightly over-assisted by today's standards, but that was intentional. It made driving effortless, even in a car of this size. Now, while the Eldorado was Cadillac's modern, performance-oriented flagship, the 1970 Coupe DeVille was the embodiment of traditional American luxury. The Coupe DeVille represented the pinnacle of Cadillac's full-size, rear-wheel drive comfort. It shared the same design ethos, bold, elegant, and imposing, but carried a more classic appeal. Under its hood was a 472 cubic inch V8 engine, producing around 375 horsepower and a deep well of torque that delivered power with smooth authority. This engine was paired with the same turbo-hydromatic transmission as the Eldorado, providing seamless gear shifts and an overall serene driving experience. The Coupe DeVille wasn't about speed or innovation, it was about the pure pleasure of cruising, where the world outside seemed to slow down as you floated along the highway. The exterior design of the Coupe DeVille was all about proportion and presence. It stretched nearly 19 feet long, with Cadillac's signature vertical headlights and bold chrome grille giving it a dignified, almost presidential appearance. The tail fins, though more subdued than the extravagant designs of the late 50s, still carried that unmistakable Cadillac flair, a nod to the brand's iconic past. The doors were long and heavy, closing with a satisfying thud that spoke of craftsmanship and quality. In motion, the Coupe DeVille glided like a yacht on calm water, with road noise kept to an absolute minimum and the suspension soaking up imperfections with grace. Inside, the Coupe DeVille offered an interior that could rival a luxury living room. The seats were massive, soft, and deeply cushioned, upholstered in premium leather or high-quality cloth depending on the buyer's choice. The dashboard was wide and symmetrical, with chrome-trimmed dials and Cadillac's signature attention to refinement. Everything about the cabin encouraged relaxation. It was a car designed to pamper its occupants, not challenge them. Long drives were effortless, with available features like cruise control, tilt and telescopic steering, automatic headlights, and an advanced climate control system that maintained perfect comfort regardless of weather conditions. Driving the Coupe DeVille felt like commanding a piece of American history. It had a stately presence on the road, the kind of car that turned heads everywhere it went. Compared to the Eldorado, the Coupe DeVille's rear-wheel drive setup gave it a more traditional feel, smoother weight distribution, a slightly softer ride, and a sense of connection to the classic Cadillac heritage. It wasn't built for corners or speed, it was built to glide, to make every mile feel shorter and every drive more elegant. Both the Eldorado and the Coupe DeVille represented Cadillac's absolute best in 1970. They were built in an era when luxury meant size, comfort, and craftsmanship rather than gadgets and touchscreens. Each model spoke to a different type of driver. The Eldorado appealed to those who wanted a blend of power, innovation, and personal prestige, while the Coupe DeVille was for the purist who valued the timeless feel of traditional American luxury. But both shared the same heart: Cadillac's unwavering commitment to quality and comfort. Today, these cars have become highly collectible, prized by enthusiasts for their design, engineering, and the sheer sense of occasion they offer. The 1970 Eldorado, with its massive 500 cubic inch engine and front-wheel drive, remains one of the most iconic models in Cadillac's history. The Coupe DeVille, meanwhile, continues to represent everything that made Cadillac the standard of the world. When properly maintained, both cars are surprisingly reliable, with mechanical parts still relatively easy to find thanks to the strong classic Cadillac community. Driving one today feels like stepping back into a time when cars were more than machines, they were experiences. The 1970 Cadillac Eldorado and Coupe DeVille remind us that luxury doesn't always mean technology or speed. Sometimes, it's about presence, comfort, and craftsmanship that stands the test of time. They represent a golden age of American motoring, a time when Cadillac truly ruled the roads with unmatched style and dignity. So that's our full deep dive review of these two magnificent machines from 1970. If you enjoyed this journey back into the world of classic Cadillacs and want to see more detailed reviews of iconic cars from the past, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment sharing your thoughts, and most importantly, subscribe to VeloView for more classic car stories, reviews, and history. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next ride.